Hello, 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 my celestial kings and queens. This is Mystic Storm here to clear the path to a new life with you. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful week and you're ready to turn up for the weekend because I'm ready. It's hot down here in Nashville, so I'm ready for it. And it's gonna rain on Sunday. It's gonna be very peaceful, and I'm just already got it scheduled. So a couple of things I want to talk about before I jump into the reading today. As you can see, the title here is what I kind of got from Spirit. I was playing around with the title and I said, don't just change, evolve. And I want to talk about that in a moment, because I was like, I want to get to it, but I got other stuff I want to make sure I talk about. So if you haven't checked out the daily spirit messages, I would definitely suggest that you do. They're throughout my page here on Instagram or YouTube as well. Pretty much anywhere you can. On my social media, you can find the daily spirit messages. And with those, they're just daily voiceovers that I do. And I show the card that is of the day. It's like the card of the day, but it's more like a podcast kind of thing, voiceover thing versus just text. Okay. And then also, if you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, you definitely can do so. Check out my link tree in the description or bio. And that way you'll find my website, you'll find my other social media platforms and things like that. Okay. So tarot and oracle card readings, astrology, like natal chart readings, as well as distance Reiki. Okay. So, and if you have any questions about anything, you can always email me, of course, at mysticstorm333@gmail.com. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about the message I got during meditation before I hop into the cards. I kind of seen like a couple of the cards, how if they flip out, you kind of see them, to be honest, but I don't really know how the message I got internally with my intuition is going to match up with the cards, but we're going to see. So the first, the title here is Don't Just Change, Evolve. Hey, Kaya, how you doing, girl? So what I got from this is because what I heard in my meditation was you can't change. You can't change who you are. So pretty much stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop trying to be somebody you're not. Be in your authentic truth, right? So you can't change, but you can evolve. So now I looked up both definition of change and evolve. And change, there's two definitions for change, but the second one is what really gets to me. It says to replace something with something else, especially something of the same kind that is newer or better. Substitute one thing for another. So what this gets to me is with change, it can be, even though it says newer or better, it's fleeting, right? It's fleeting. It's not stable to me, because say if you're a stress eater, because I'm speaking, these are examples for myself. You're a stress eater, and then you say, okay, I'm going to change my habits. I'm going to do this. So then you start replacing that with drinking. Or you start, and then you do eat or something like that. Or if you say you're going to stop drinking, but then you go to smoking. You know what I'm saying? You changing the habit to something new, and it's like, oh, I'm doing better because I'm doing something different. I changed, but really you haven't. And let's look at evolve. It says evolve, develop gradually, especially from a simple to a more complex form. So some of the synonyms I see is develop, progress, advance. Change is in here too, but I feel like evolve is higher up than change. Transform is here, adapt, because change is very quick. It's very quick, and we live in a popcorn society where evolve is taking that time to progress, taking that time to grow, taking that time to really develop your skills. So don't just change your habits, evolve them. Take your time, be patient. I'm speaking to myself as well. Patience, 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 okay? So make sure you take the time. If you really want to affiliate change, or if you really want to evolve, make sure you're consistent and that you're taking it little by little. Don't just cut things off cold turkey. Don't just just jump to one thing to another. Take your time. Take your time. And whatever evolution you're going through, it could be towards love, towards your finances, towards your business, things like that, towards your health. Okay? However you want to take this, don't just change, evolve. Okay? Evolve. So, we're going to get into the reading. This is like a solar eclipse, new moon, and Gemini reading, because that happens on Thursday, June 10th it happens early, 5:53 a.m., and that's Central Time. Okay? And then, this past week this is my Witch's Date book that I love. It's like my little planner. It is a planner. Wednesday of this week that just passed, we have the fourth quarter moon in Pisces, as well as Venus entering in Cancer. So that's double water here. A lot of cleansing, a lot of nurturing we have to do to ourselves in order to tend to our gardens to grow. Okay, so I'm ready for this. This is preparing us. We're releasing everything that no longer serves us. We're figuring out what we need to do to evolve and grow and love ourselves, so that way we can show up for ourselves. And we're bringing in this fresh energy with the new moon in Gemini. Okay, Gemini is what? It's the lovers. It's the yin and yang. It's the balance here, right? It can be indecisive at times because it's air energy. It's fleeting. It changes, right? But you have to find balance in both. Find common ground, and you might have to pick and choose on some things and come to a common ground and incorporate both. That's what I'm getting right now. So, yeah. So, we got the Gemini new moon. It's the solar eclipse. That's Thursday. And then Friday, June 11th, we got Mars entering into Leo. Heavy fire. We go from a watery week to cleansing, refreshing, protection, to let's go get it. It's time to take that action, because the summer solstice is coming up the week after. So we getting in that heat. So yes. So I got these cards here, and I am going to start here. The first card is from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Y'all, I didn't see this one. I swear. Growth. Evolving and growing. Wow. Number 5, which means change. Transformation, right? Wow. And what struck me first is the time. The clock that she's holding. Or the what do you call it? The pocket watch? Can't remember what they used to call it. But that's saying, look at the time she spent. She invested in this, right? She invested in her growth. She's grounded in who she is. And in her groundedness, she is able to not only grow and evolve herself, but also create. Create. This can be create a life. This could be create music. It can be creating stock. It could be, yeah, get that business up. It could be creating art. It could be anything. Creative doesn't have to be just fine art. I will say, even though I'm, a musician and all that stuff, so I gravitate towards that. But this creation, you can create anything. If you don't want to go into work and you almost halfway out the door and then you get a call saying the power's out in your office and you have to stay home, it's no need, we can just take a PA day. You created that. You created that. So don't just think when we say tap into your creativity and all that stuff, it's you really, when you realize that your world, your inner and outer little world compared to the big world, it's all mental. It's all mental. So think about what you're sowing. Think about what you're sowing into yourself. Think about what, especially for the Gemini season, think about what you're really pay attention to your thoughts. And you're going to get both the polar opposites. So especially with this eclipse of darkness, we talked about that in the last live I did with the pick a card. Don't let the polar opposites sway you. Okay? Stay grounded. And then this is going to help you not only grow, but mature. Mature is really giving me Saturn vibes, and we are in Saturn retrograde. Okay? So maturing, you're more wiser now. I've been seeing a lot of memes about Mercury retrograde and how people are like, this is my third Mercury retrograde. I've been through this. I've been around the block. I ain't gonna entertain this. It's like, once you know better, once you open your eye, once you tap in and you wake up, it's no going back. You have to grow. And if you try to be stagnant, Spirit is going to help you by making more chaos and tension in order for you to grow. Okay? In order for you to step up and own up and be who you are. Be authentic and be truthful. Okay? So, yeah. Okay. This is now the melanated tarot here with, I know it's two people that created this deck, but one that I follow is Ubria, and she is pretty dope. All right, we got Three of Swords. Come on, Three of Swords. We got Knight of Pentacles. Let's go. Magician. Wheel of Fortune. Come on. And Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Boom. Let me position this real quick. Boom. All right. So this Three of Swords energy is what you're growing out of. It's what you're growing out of. All of the victim mentality, all of course, it's anxiety, depression, getting out of that sorrow, getting out of that cloudiness, that darkness. I don't like letting this not phase you anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because even though this three of swords is here, like if you see the face, she's like, you know what? I'm not getting a numbing sense, to it. I'm getting a more, you don't know what my heart has been through and what I've already grown from. Okay. What I've already healed from, time heals all wounds. Okay. Time heals all wounds. So, yes, I can't change what happened in the past, but I can progress forward. Okay? I can progress forward. And whatever darkness comes my way, when I say darkness, it's like negativity or chaos or disruption, tower moments, right? Whenever that comes my way, the eclipse, right? It doesn't matter. And I guess that's kind of like a numb, it's more of but I'm not getting numb. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting more secure. Secure, like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, what we doing here? What we really doing? If, yeah. And know that you can keep it pushing. We got the Knight of Pentacles. Now, this slick was in reverse. I'm going to be honest. This was in reverse, so I do want to talk about the reversal. So, another thing might be the eclipse, might be finances. Okay? Definitely heavy on the finances. And I'm thinking more material things. But when we get into money, when our money tight, we sometimes slip into victim mentality, right? However, we have to think about and look around and see, my bills paid. Now, some people, let me be some people can't pay their bills right now. We still in a pandemic and people still unemployed and all that stuff. I get that. But if we talking about money tight, but your bills paid though, you got food on the table, you got gas in your car. Okay? Be grateful for that. Have gratitude and thank Spirit for that. Thank God, Netter, however, not whoever, because it's all the same. I always have to make that clear. It's all the same. But being grateful through it all. Okay? And knowing that this tightness of money doesn't necessarily, I'm going to say this right here, it doesn't mean you're not prosperous. It doesn't mean you're not abundant. It doesn't mean you aren't, stable, financially. There might be some limiting beliefs still going on here that needs to be cleared up, because clearly you're the magician. You're the magician. You're powerful, right? You can do whatever you put your mind to, right? That's why one thing, I'm getting more into holistic, it was a spirituality, and spirituality was more like mental health for me too. So you have to be mentally strong up in here. I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, you gotta be. I ain't mean to be pointing at y'all like that, but you gotta be mentally strong. That's the only way you can endure life. The only way. And how can you be mentally strong? Test after test after test, shadow work after shadow work after shadow work. exposing yourself and learning that you ain't all what you cracked up to be, and you need to what? You need to grow, you need to mature up, you need to buck up, you need to evolve. Your mind has to be right in order to do any work. Okay? So this is why the magician here, if you know who you are, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So no, like really, this is giving me crown chakra vibes with this infinity over the magician's head, right? So knowing you might need to work more on your crown chakra. Your crown might be a little tilted. You need to put it back up, and that's okay. And that's okay. Put that crown back up. Fix your crown. Tap into your tools. This is spiritual tools, right? Your cauldron and with an athame. I don't know. I don't use all those tools. Or your wand or something. But this doesn't necessarily have to just be spiritual tools. Even though, yes, you should use your spiritual tools. But what tools do you have to get you out of this darkness? What tools do you have in place to get you out of like an anxiety attack? What tools do you have to know when enough is enough and you need to rest and not go overdrive with your work? The lessons that we learn is for a reason, and we need to implement them. So if you're waking up and you know who you are and you're standing in your power, that means you are going to be protective of your energy, and you're not going to let outside sources control your energy or break your energy field. You're going to keep your confidence on 1,000. I'm my crown chakra right now. As soon as I like pointed, because I went like this, it's like illuminated right now. Like I can feel like that's how you have to be in this state. Now, in order to get to the crown, okay, you have to be rooted. You have to be grounded, secure in who you are. That's when the magic begins. Okay? That's when it begins. All right? And it's all up to you. Wheel of Fortune. It's all up to you. It's fated, but it's all up to you to get there. Okay? We can't wait on our spirit guides or God or whoever you're looking up to, whatever energy however you want to call it. We can't wait on them to make the move, even though they will for us, but ultimately it's up to us. So how are you going to turn the wheel in your favor? How are you going to get out of, especially this financial or, money? It's money. It could be work. Anything has to do with the material world. How are you going to fix this? How are you going to turn this in your favor? No, you don't have to be a victim. No, you're not a victim. You've learned what you needed to learn to get yourself out of this. So again, when you remember who you are, and it doesn't happen overnight, y'all. It doesn't happen overnight. That's where that patience and that time came in with the growth. It takes time. So don't think just because you did a couple of spells, or you apply for a couple of jobs on Indeed. There we go. It's work. Yeah, a couple of jobs on Indeed, and it's just gonna poof. It's gonna happen overnight. It's not. It's not. So make sure you're persistent and you're continuing to put in the work. And when I say put in the work, I mean put in effort into yourself, put in effort into your projects. Okay? We give our jobs, you know, all of our time and all of our energy. And then when it's us, right, when we have to defend for us or, our family or stuff, they get scraps. No, it should be the other way around. It should be the other way around. Don't ever operate off an empty cup. Okay? All right. And then we got Eight of Pentacles. You have to do the work. And it's like you're almost there. You're almost there to the 10 of Pentacles. So you can't give up. You can't give up. If you're wanting to turn this in your favor, it's fated. It's written for you. But are you going to put in the work to get it? Are you going to put in the work to get it? Don't give up. Don't give up. Even in the darkest time, don't give up. Don't give up. I'm going to the chakra insight. I pulled this for a chakra that we need to work on our connections. Our connections. This is heart chakra. Making meaningful connections. Also, making connections with not just worrying about yourself, right? We talk about self-love, right? Once we get out of that, once we've done the self-love, right? Then we can love others. We can love others. So make those meaningful connections. Make those connections not only with people, but with animals, but with plants, with anything that you enjoy. Make a connection to everything, okay? And it says universal oneness, love, interconnection, and support. So what stood out to me was interconnection. That's giving me like telepathy vibes. So be mindful of that. You got to protect your mind. I'm winning the whole thing about mental health. You have to protect your mind, especially during Mercury retrograde, because people could be calling out to you, trying to get your attention so you can call them. So be mindful of that. Don't let someone pull on your heartstrings or come for you, especially if they've done you dirty in the past. It's this heart chakra. Again, we're not going that route anymore. Been there, done that. Okay? So, and then I got a few more cards. This is from the Whispers of the Ocean. Especially since we had that water vibes this week. This says polite declaration. And it says you can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there, claim what's yours, and stay in your power. And I love that it said polite declaration. And it says claim what's yours and stay in your power. This is all the magician vibes. I said, don't just change, evolve. When you evolve into this magician, because it's already inside you. You can't change that. But if you evolve and wake up who you are and progress and learn and grow and do all these things, you can move in whatever direction you need in order to gain wealth, in order to gain abundance, in order to gain prosperity in this life. We just can't let people shake us or waver us or make us afraid to be authentic. Don't change into someone else. Be who you are. That's where the power is. Okay? That's where the power is. So yeah, and it says you can move in whatever direction. That's giving me Wheel of Fortune vibes too. It's up to you which way you want to go, how you want to move this, how you want to play this. Are you going to continue to live your life as a victim? Are you going to continue to live your life in sadness, in darkness, anxiety, depression, unhappy? It takes time. Trust me. Okay? It takes time to get out of this. But if you stay the course, stay on your path and stay persistent. I didn't mean to throw the card like that. Okay? Secure, confident, bold. Okay? And you show up and everybody already know the deal. Everybody already know the deal. So don't stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Okay? All right. So I got 2 cards from the Lover's Oracle. Yes, because what was it? Venus went into Cancer. So I got these 2 cards. So the first card here, look, Secret Admirer. Okay, this is the Mercury retrograde vibes. So somebody might reach out to you. I said somebody pulling on your heartstrings, right? Yeah, they trying to make that connection, calling you in the astral realm, showing up in your dreams. It says someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. Okay? So just be mindful of that. If this is somebody in the past and you want to entertain this, know that maybe this person has grown, matured, and they're coming back to right their wrongs. However, again, you're not the victim. You've learned, you've grown, right? And through this, maybe they did some learning and growing too. So I was about to say give them a chance, but use your discernment. That ain't for everybody. Use your discernment, okay? And then this one here, it says emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Yes. So, yeah. So before you make any hasty decisions through your emotions, make sure you're staying grounded. I feel like this is something that might shake you up with the eclipse season. We talked about that even on the last live. So just make sure you're staying grounded. You're staying grounded. Remember, remember that it doesn't have to phase you. Whatever is going on. Yes, you should release, but you have systems in place to release in a healthy way. Okay? And if you do not, you should do some research. There's self-help books. There's thousands and millions and billions of YouTube videos. There's different ways to figure out how to meditate. You can go on Headspace. I love Headspace. I use that. I signed up for their subscription 3 times, and it's a yearly subscription. And I fell off and came back again, but it's such a good subscription to have, especially if you're a beginner on meditation. I would really, really suggest that, okay? So knowing that if you don't have these systems in place, it's up to you to do the research. It's up to you to take notes. It's up to you to do the work, right? Write it down. Figure it out. Google search and stay the course. Don't give up on it. Okay? We slip up sometimes. Emotions get to the best of us and we get a little destructive. It happens. It happens. It's okay. It's okay. But know that you learn from that. You do your shadow work and you go back at it again. That's a part of the growing process. Trial and error. Trial and error. Okay? And then we got the last card, work. And I know it's about to tell me about myself because it's like, do the work, do the work, do the work. And I know it's probably going to say, don't forcefully do it. It should all be mindful, okay? It should all be mindful. So I don't want you all to feel like I'm like, it should be like hyper focused. Like, no, it doesn't have to be. Because I know it's about to tell me about myself. Because Spirit don't like when I say work, 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 work. It says, I am now available to receive all who can benefit from my work. Use me to relieve suffering on the planet. May all who need me find me. The divine is my complete source of all prosperity and will provide. Okay, that was good. I thought Spirit was going to be like, no, girl, no. So I was going to say, before I read this card. But no, I mean that though. Like, don't think that when I say you have to do this work, you have to be, it shouldn't have to be forced. It shouldn't have to be hard, or you're over criticizing yourself. You should do this not it's a balance. Not, don't overdo it and don't be too lazy with it where you fall off completely. You know what I'm saying? Have confidence in yourself to do the work. And this is also saying your work as in your business. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, I know a lot of people are going this route, especially since we're in the pandemic and everything. Excuse me. But yeah, it says, I am now available to receive all who can benefit from my work. Use me to relieve the suffering from the planet. This is your destiny. This is your purpose. This is what you're doing, right? It says, may all who need me find me. The divine is my complete source for all prosperity and will provide. Okay? So, all in all, open yourself up to receive. Yes, and work harder on your projects. Work harder on whatever you're trying to do to change the game out here. Because especially with music, because music heals. Music heals. So this is what you use your gifts to change the world, to heal the world. So this is what we have for the solar eclipse, the Gemini new moon. So don't just change. Don't just change, because, that's just you going to bouncing off one thing to another and not really stable. Evolve, progress, keep growing, transform. Okay? So I love you all. I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.